All right, everybody, welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News. Well, got a new one with Erin Goodman. She's with us now. Poor old Scott, had that sex change operation.
Oh my God. Be nice. At least 1 week. You have to be nice 1 week before you can start being mean to Scott.
Oh, I've been mean to Scott all week. Okay, but anyway, let's get Scott on here for a minute. I don't know how long he's going to be with us. You still look like a guy.
Because I am.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You don't have to yell. It ain't 2 cans in a straight.
Yeah, I already messing up on the.
I got it. It was me. Never mind.
we already knew that.
So how you feeling?
Not so bad. I just can't get around. So my foot's up. It's staying propped up. So I'm just sitting here.
We miss you, Scott.
Thank you, Aaron. At least somebody's being nice to me. I heard Jack.
It's okay. I understand. I didn't know what hurts worse, from the surgery or the motor.
They both hurt.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens when you got a big motor like that.
So you gonna hang with us for a little while?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch for a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna take you down yet. Okay, I'm gonna let you stay up there.
Oh,
if you have any questions, just chime in every time you get a chance.
All right.
So anyway,
you got to hit our marketing partners, Jack.
Oh yeah, I do have to do that, don't I? I'm glad you said that. Thank you for saying it.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I thought you were going to get. All right, Russ, we'll talk about our marketing partners. Slinger Speed Company, or what do they call it?
Slinger Printworks.
Printworks, that's it. Mayhem Management. Wonder who that belongs to Mayhem Management.
She's all right.
She's something else. Papa John's. Papa John's has furnished us a pizza. We ain't got into the pizza yet, but anyway, the pizza's there. So we appreciate everything they do, bringing us a pizza and feeding us pretty good. Our title sponsor for the show is Smith Graphics. I want to thank NC811, Brian Morehouse. Well, I think he's in Virginia now, but well, I'll still thank him anyway. They're so good at this. Look how good I am. Look at this.
You were going right along.
I'm good at it. Scott's good. MPM Marketing, Tanya McAllister. Black Acid Apparel. You want 1 shirt, 2 shirts, 3 shirts? They'll do them for you. All right. So,
Dr. Seuss.
Factory Canopies. They give us all the chairs and all this stuff here. I want to thank them. I talked to Todd this week, so he's been hanging out and doing all kinds of racing stuff. Langley Speedway, I want to thank Bill and Chuck, and I guess I can still say Vaughn. I don't know. Terry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I can still say Vaughn. I don't.
Yeah.
And of course, can't do anything without Pepsi. Of course, we're going to have to do without it tonight because I didn't bring it. Bondrick Brothers Distillery. GAC, Great American Companies. So did I do good, Scott?
The tempo wasn't that great, but you listed everybody.
Okay, well,
you got to pick it up.
I didn't put them 2 on there that I get nothing from. Since you're not here, I didn't put them up there. I get nothing from them. So, and I'm bitter. So that's not. It's okay. All right, we got Mr. Shane Laws with us. He's going to be doing the race director or race official, tech director, whatever you want to call him up there. A jack of all trades at Martinsville.
Yeah, kind of, Lynn Carroll's the race director, and I'm kind of his right-hand dude, I guess, and just running back in the tech shed, just kind of running that. And then this year, I'm going to focus a lot in the tire area, helping out just because big focus on tires this year. And I'm sure there'll be some questions, and I'll actually, once we get into it, I'll talk about tires. But, yeah, it's going to be a good race. Right now, we're at 93 cars. So if everybody shows up, that's a good tech inspection line.
So, a big one.
And we got we got a lot of great guys coming. I'll go ahead if you don't mind, and I'm just going to name off all the guys coming and the track they're coming from.
Before you do that, look real quick.
Yep.
Let me. Hello, Dave Millard. Dave Millard's watching tonight, so I'll say hello
Hey,
to Dave.
Dave.
So glad he's with us. So be
Absolutely.
able to talk with him. So all right, now we're going to hear all the people coming up. Don't forget number 4. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Lynn Carroll, he's listed under Martinsville. CG Goods listed under Martinsville. Myself listed under Martinsville. We got Juston Ellis from Langley, Brian Crawford from Langley, Brian Wilson from Langley, Matt Sims from Langley, Basil Woodward from Langley. Then we go to Motor Mile Speedway, and we got Jackie Lawson, Jason Lawson from Motor Mile, Buddy Bruce is from Motor Mile, and he also does the touring series with NASCAR. His son, BJ Bruce, Motor Mile. Then we go to South Boston. We got Tracy Sage from South Boston, her husband Roy from South Boston, Connie Glass, South Boston, Brandon Willard. He puts on his own show up in the flag stand.
He sure does.
He's South Boston, and he's also Car Store. So and anywhere else, I think he was at Dominion last week.
Yes.
I told him that after the Dominion race that he was on bed rest for the rest of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
Rest those arms.
Yeah, he's got
his job cut out for him.
Put on a good show for you.
Then Gloria Barbary from Greenville Pickens, Robert Turner from Ace, the owner of Ace. He's coming. He was here with us for the Hampton Heat. And then John Spence Jr. from Florence.
Robert Turner's the one who was with you in Florence when I was down there, right? Yeah, he was up at, okay, I remember him.
Yep. So anyway, we got a good group of guys coming. Friday we come in and we park haulers early, dark 30. And then we have our crew chief meeting, and then tech line opens up at 9 o'clock, 9 to 2, and practice starts at 2 to 6. And then it'll be on the list at 6:35. All cars are rolling to the scales. And then we'll line everybody up to start qualifying at 8 o'clock. And then we'll qualify, and then, we got right much scheduled for post-race or post-qualifying tech this year. So we're going to do something a little different, and we'll go over that in the crew chief meeting too. Normally the cars come in from qualifying, and we line them up on a pit road at a 45-degree angle.
Right.
Well, this year we're going back to single car qualifying.
Oh.
So single car qualifying, and when they finish their qualifying effort, they'll turn in turn 3 just as they do in practice. And we'll turn them in back down the garage area, and we're going to stack them like 4 wide inside the garage area. As soon as the car starts, tech starts.
So they'll come in right there in that opening before you get into turn 3.
Right.
Yep. Beside the garage area.
Yep. Just how they do in practice. Instead of coming off the track and going down pit road, you'll make that hard left turn back into the garage area and go down and start. And like I say, as soon as the car stops, we'll have 6 inspectors back there, and we're going to inspect every car.
Cool.
So it's a big day. We got a lot of good guys going, and it's going to be a long day, a tiring day. So and then at least we get to sleep in a little bit on Sunday morning. We don't have to be to track till 8:30. So
Saturday.
Well, yeah, Saturday. I said Sunday. Didn't I? So you Sunday. So Saturday morning at 8:30. So that means we got to be there by 7. So at least it's not 4:30. So.
That's right.
Take where you can get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So what are some of the things that are going to be done different this year from the past, or is there anything?
Well, in the tech line, we're kind of going back old school. How we did years past. And I'll go ahead and tell everybody, I don't have a problem people calling me. We're going to focus on the nose overhang. We'll have that marked on the concrete inside the tent. We're going to do tread width wheelbase. We're going to look at the rear ends, and we're going to look at the rear quarter panels, and everybody that's already got them sucked in, on accident, got them pulled in. We're going to loosen the fender braces and just let them breathe for a minute, like fine wine. Let them breathe, and then it will hook the fender braces back up. And other than that, and then inside the car, make sure that the roof is connected in 4 places, because you carry so much speed down the straightaways.
Yeah.
So make sure it's connected so it don't come loose and go up in the stands or wherever. kind of getting back into that. And then we are reinstituting the carburetor line.
Oh, here we go.
So, but a good thing, Lynn and I sat down and talked, and we decided that that was important, you know, because we don't want any issues at the end of the night after qualifying. You know, one year there was a spacer plate that I'm telling you, I know it was a true accident that it was left on the car just because but we would catch that in the carburetor line.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're going to have the carburetor line. We're going to have 2 inspectors do it, and they're at the same table. You'll come up with your box of parts. The center section will go to one inspector, and the other 5 parts will go to the other inspector. So it should cut the time in half of checking the carburetors. Because normally the carburetor line finishes up just about the time the tech line does. So I'm hoping in about 2.5 hours, the carburetor line will be done.
With all the cars that come, you got cars coming from Langley, you got Motor Mile, you got all these other cars. I know Crest Van Dyke's coming from Kingsport. How much difference? I know that you as an official and NASCAR too are trying to eliminate the differences. But how much of a difference is it from other places? Like they come from like Kingsport or somewhere.
I'm gonna tell you, the last 2 years has really been good. We have a group chat. It's about 18, 19 of the top inspectors. You know, Juston's on it, I'm on it, Brian's on it, Jackie Lawson, you know, the Buddy Bruce's, all the guys, and we chat every week. If we see something, we say, hey, I seen this. Jeff Bomar, South Boston. You know, Robert Turner, Ace. You know, all these guys. We're on this tech, and we talk. You know, and talk about things. And I'm gonna tell you, the past 2 years has been really good. And I wasn't at South Boston for the first part of the Triple Crown, but the second part I was here, and I got to hang out and play in the tech shed. You know, and so I'm gonna tell you, the cars are pretty nice. You know, by us talking every week and talking about this, talking about that, the cars came, and you know, it makes the pre-race tech inspection go simple. So I got to commend all the racetracks, you know, for doing a good job. Really, the only difference in some of the racetracks, and most of us are almost the same, is the actual weight on the car. You know, now at Martinsville, we're going 100% by the NASCAR rule book. You know, that keeps us out of trouble.
Right.
You know, so we're not going to try to, you know, move weight here, move weight there, compensate for this, compensate that. We're just going right by the book, and it just makes it easy.
Last year, and I know they ran into a problem last year, and I've had 2 people ask me about it.
Okay.
Over the last week or so. Tires.
Yep.
You know, there was a situation last year with tires.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the tire regulation this year? I mean, what are they doing?
Okay. So tires, I have no idea how many tires we're getting. Okay. Mr. Doughton and Clay and Lynn find out that next week. Well, not next week.
I say next week.
Yeah.
An issue.
Right. So I think they find out tomorrow or the next day exactly how many are coming, but our plan is to give everybody 4 practice tires from the Speedway, not you know.
You got 5.
So everybody will get
To purchase.
4 practice tires from the Speedway, 4 qualifying tires from the Speedway. Now we're allowing every team to bring in 4 tires of their own. It can be a scuff, be a sticker, whatever they want. And what we will do is, how it works, and I'll take a couple of minutes because it is really, you know, I never give Brian Crawford credit enough in the tire barn, okay? Until I did tires at Florence in the Icebreaker. Now he's got a lot of extra help. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I did it at Florence, and I said, wow, I have been shortcutting Brian Crawford. So what Brian does is a team comes up and they ask for whatever size, okay? So Brian Crawford will roll out 8 tires, okay? The first 4 tires, he'll put Qs on them, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have a table. We have a new scanning machine that we're using that's actually going to scan the tires to the individual driver instead of us having to pencil in a driver and pencil in all the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll scan it. Entry list is loaded. Just for instance, if you just say, Chris Van Dyke, we'll go to his car, we'll click in, we'll scan the first 4 tires. Those are loaded under qualifying. Then at the next 4 tires, and I think Brian, he just stacks those up. You don't mount them, you don't do anything. And then the next 4 tires are practice tires. Okay, he'll put a P on them. 2 extra officials will take those to the scanning table. They'll scan those, and those go under the practice section. Okay, same line, just got a qualifying 4, practice 4, and then they mount those, and those go away. You know, those go back to the hauler or each team's pit area. Okay, then each team is going to have to bring. I'll have a separate impound area, not in the tire impound because I don't want to mix tires up. We have a separate impound area. They'll bring 4 tires, and we'll stack them. And then when Brian gets called up, we'll move the scanning guy out to the table, and his table out there, and we're going to scan the 4 tires that they brought on the same line. So then Chris Van Dyke will have all his tires. And our plan is, our goal is, the people that transfer from the heat races to the feature will get 2 more tires.
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to ask.
Yeah, so that's what we're hoping for. I have no idea what.
That's the
that we
ideal
got
plan.
yet. Yeah, so,
Once we get numbers.
but Hoosier has told us that we will have enough tires at least for the 4 practice and the 4 qualifying tires. And then that's why we're letting people bring 8 tires in, 4 tires in. Now, kind of the part that everybody's kind of confused on, some are, some's not. You can bring your 4 tires over to the impound, and you can keep 4 tires on the car. Okay? Just 4 old tires to roll through the tech line, roll all around, because we don't want somebody messing up new tires.
Right.
Roll through. Before practice starts at 2 o'clock, we will go to every pit area, and all you're allowed to have in your pit area is 4 tires on the car and 4 tires on the ground. You're allowed 8 tires, and it's got to be the 4 practice that Martinsville sold you and the 4 tires that you scanned in. That's the only thing allowed. Now, I've already had 3 or 4 calls. What if I have a flat? Can I get one out of the truck? No, you're not allowed to get anything out of the truck. If you've got 8 tires in your pit and to work with, if you have a flat, now you're down to 7. If you have a flat, now you're down to 6. I just hope you don't get down to 3.
That's a good thing, because last year, I know it was, you know, you all didn't know exactly what you were going to have, and everything kind of went a little haywire there. But I was seeing tires being brought in, you know, that
Every direction.
they were coming through the tunnel. I even seen one get thrown over the gate, thrown over the gate up there on 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
so you know, it's I think it's a good deal. You know, it showed us that we don't have to have 900 tires in everybody's pit stall.
Right.
You know, it kind of keeps everybody on an equal playing field, and you know, it's just I think it's a good deal. You know, and then also, while practice is going on, we have 2 tablets that have all the records on it and the scanner. And one thing that I got a lot of calls on over the last 2 years. You got multi-car teams.
Yeah.
Okay, so you never know all the time if the right tires are on the right car unless you're right there. Just keep somebody at that car checking them out. So now we'll have 2 people roaming with a computer. We'll have 8 guys roaming, making sure that we only keep 8 tires in their pit area, and they'll have a list printed where if they just stop and just spot check a tire and the number, and if somebody gets caught without the tires that they're supposed to have, practice is over for them.
Oh, that's not good.
So it's going to be, you know, we want to keep it fair for everybody. And then also with the guy scanning, let's say Chris Van Dyke, let's say he was teammates with 3 other cars. Okay. You can go in, bless you. You can go in to Chris's car and scan and hit a tire, and it'll pull his name up and whether that tire is on his row or not. So
Cool.
So they can't swap tires between teams.
So teams can't swap tires because your single car team will just have, you know, 8 tires to practice
Right.
with,
And that
multi-cars
prevents-
team will have 20 to 30 tires,
Yeah,
to size up for, for everybody. So
and that prevents if someone doesn't make it to the race, their team member can't slide them some fresher tires
Right.
for the race.
Yep.
So it really
So-
does prevent and
So
keep
Brian-
it fair.
yeah, so Brian Crawford's really got. I mean,
You all got a little big deal here to follow
Yeah.
all that around.
Yeah, it's and then we ain't even talked about all the other duties. Once practice starts, we got to have people staged. So traffic flow, stays safe, and everybody stays safe. Exit out there and turn one on the pit road. So we got a busy time, and then we're going to post maps. There's always a lot of questions of what has to be where, what has to be when, and just like I was just showing you in here, the maps, cars, where they have to be, where they have to be and what time they have to be there. So the main thing is, especially with the tech line, we want to get back to where we were having a good time with us and the competitors. Old school tech where you're checking the main things that count instead of setting, we've done stuff in the past, which was good. We've set jigs up, lasers, we've done all kind of stuff, did that. But if we cut it back to just old school, a few tech items, we'll be able to just really focus on that and get the cars through. And, anybody can do the math. You got 93 cars in 5 hours. That's 4.65 minutes a car. So that's why you have 19 inspectors. Every inspector has one job.
So they know exactly what they got to look
Yeah.
at.
And that one job, and then if they finish with theirs and there's an issue over here, and Jackie Lawson, he'll be the guy with the sheets, he's writing everything down. Jackie will be the one talking to the crew chief. I'm just gonna keep herding everybody through, and then going to the tire barn back and forth, checking on Brian. But we do have it's just everything's gonna be good. It's just it's gonna be fun. We have a good time, laugh, and
Good enjoyable.
y'all gonna show me some hot dogs.
Can we eat some hot dogs?
Yes, sir.
Gotta go eat hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. If I don't go, I'm gonna miss them things. I tell you.
Hey, Shane.
Yes, sir.
If there's an item that doesn't pass through the tech line, how is that handled? And we know NASCAR's kind of changed their perception or their process and how that's handled. Do you make them go through the line again? Do you watch them and make sure they correct it right there and continue on? How does that process work?
Everything except for maybe tread width wheelbase, because we keep the referee inside of the building. We don't let that go out to the pit stall. But anything else that's wrote down, all the inspectors, say like Juston Ellis, okay? He'll just take 5, 10, 15 sheets and he'll just go out and he'll start, he'll look at them cars, so we try to go back out so the competitors have plenty of time to practice.
Yeah.
We try to go to their pit stall while practice is going on and relook at the items, and we'll sign them off. Now, if like I said, if it's a wheelbase tread width issue or a nose overhang issue, they have to come back to the
Come all the way back through.
Yeah, come back. And we'll always have 2 people inside the tent for that to come back.
Cool.
But
Yeah. That's very handy because I know they do. Justin does that at Langley, and it is very beneficial for the teams trying to get things done and get together and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, and just like our carburetor line, our carburetor line probably got 2 of the best carburetor guys in the universe.
So they'll spot it if it's something wrong.
You got Buddy Bruce and you got Robert Turner, who's going to be on the carburetor line. And Buddy Bruce, he's been doing carburetors since the. Did they have a carburetor on the Arc?
No, they didn't have one on the Arc, but they had it on the Santa Maria when it came over.
Okay. Yeah, Buddy's been doing them since then. So, but no, we got a great group of guys. And we have a few new guys. Just like the guy from Florence is coming. He's the actual flagman at Florence. One thing we had, and God knows, I hope it don't ever happen to him again, but we had a big scare last year. So Brandon, all of a sudden had a kidney stone.
Ooh.
And poor guy. I mean, he was in pain, and about 2 hours before the race, everything kind of got okay, but you know, it was scary. So now we bring a backup flagman that's actually going to be in the tech line, in the pits or whatever. So if something happens, he can go up.
And that guy down in Florence, the flagman down in Florence, he's a good. He does a great job. He does a great job. I saw him.
And I got to meet him because you know me and Steve Zacharias hooked back up. You know for the icebreaker, and actually I'm doing the South Carolina 400 with Steve again.
Okay, now you're gonna be down there for that, but I understand he's gonna be racing somewhere down there while you're doing the attacking. Now, how you gonna?
Ain't that gonna be a hell of a situation?
You can't throw the owner out.
Come on now.
Oh yes, you can. I forgot.
You never change laws.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
The only person I may have ever let slide through tech in my life may have been my mom.
Oh.
I don't know, but anyway, I'd probably disqualified her too.
So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting when it comes through. But
no, but look, just all the competitors watching, and a lot of watch it now, and everybody will comment. We just want to have a good time. You know, last year turned it back around, and we started having a good time again. This year it's going to be a good time, and I'm not saying the other years weren't fun, but it was so businesslike. It wasn't where we were, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. You know, and Lord, I've been going to Martinsville since 1993. That's when I started working for Lynn. 1993.
So that's my whole life.
so
Yeah.
Do you get your own room now?
Yeah. Actually, all of us stay up. We did have, so if you're looking up over the backstretch, the 2 houses on the hill,
Yeah.
that's where we all stayed. And then we did have a few people at hotels, which was always a bad deal because they had to drive a little further because we always got hotel rooms like in Collinsville.
Yeah.
You know, at the Sleep Inn or Holiday Inn Express, whatever. Well, Clay and Matt and the team at Martinsville have acquired another house right up by the maintenance building, and they refurbished that house, and that had been, so all the officials now are staying on site.
That's cool.
And it's nice. You know, it makes it good for us. You know, you don't have to drive, and then you don't have to get up 30, 40 minutes earlier just to get ready and get back to the track. Everybody's right there. So it's nice. You know,
what about the thing during the race, as far as mid-race break? Are you going to do that? And
yeah, so lap 100 and lap 175, we're going to have a break. It'll be a 5-minute break, and if we have 2 extra tires, you can put them on either one.
Yeah.
You know, and then fuel and make minor adjustments. You know, 5 minutes, you can't pull a bunch of springs, shocks, sway bars out, whatever. So just, you know, during the race, the 5-minute break is just minor adjustments on the car. You know, wedge adjustments, panel bar adjustments, you know, stuff like that.
Is there a rule what you can and can't do?
Yeah, and I just posted that. As a matter of fact, I
saw it earlier.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick, and I'll read that. But so let's see here. Okay, so for the I just posted it on Facebook, but from during the 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. work session on Saturday morning, not allowed to change engine, anything on the carburetor, transmission, or rear end. Things that are allowed to change: sway bar, springs, shocks, wedge adjustments, rear gear. You can add oil. You can add fuel, and you can check in the brake system. You can also take, and the 4 tires on the car have to stay on the car, but you can swap them around. You can't flip them on the rim. You can't do anything. But if you want to move your left front to left rear, or or vice versa, or
can
whatever.
you put tire shine on them and make them real shiny?
Yeah. And then during the one thing during the post-heat race, each heat race will have a 20-minute, and that's it, because it's only fair, because the last heat race, we're pushing time to get to the feature.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a 20-minute work session, and again, not allowed to change engine, carburetor, transmission, rear end, or the rear gear now. So in the 20-minute time frame, you can't change the rear gear.
You-
But you can, but you can change sway bar, springs, shocks, wedge adjustment, add oil, add fuel, repair damage, which there probably won't be no damage.
Oh, no, the Martinsville don't have damn.
No.
No.
Jinx
You can
that.
check the brake system, and you can also move tires around, but you can't flop anything on the rim. You know, a lot of guys on twin nights at the racetracks, they'll take tires to the tire and machine and flip them over on the rim. You know, so I guess I'll put it out there to any good tire guy don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't.
You know, so anyway, look, I probably just got a few haters right now. No.
You've never had a hater.
No, but I'm telling you, I am really excited about this. I've been excited all year. You know, I was really excited at the Hampton Heat at Langley. I was sorry I missed South Boston's big race. My family wanted to go on vacation, so you know,
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I kind of retired from the weekly deal, and you know, I'm honored that I'm still doing the big shows with all the guys, and I love it. And you know, if I didn't feel like that I could do it, I wouldn't do it. But on that big group chat,
Yeah.
I stay with it every week, you know, and so it's good. And I don't know, I'm just looking forward to a great weekend. And then, you know, I'm really looking forward to the South Carolina 400 again. Got some pretty cool stuff that's going to come out of that event. You know, Steve, he'll put that out whenever he's ready, but it's some pretty cool race procedure stuff, some pretty cool tech stuff, and I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you coming over here and enlightening us on this. So hopefully I'll be there and see you on the weekend. I don't know that I'm going to yet. Depends on how my back works out. But
Well, I hope you make it. And just if all the guys and gals that are going or watching, everybody's on bed rest. So
I'm good.
Scott said I'm good.
For once,
But
Scott's
anyway.
following
Probably gave him his hatchet back. As Juston said, he's probably rooming with the guy that burned down the Boston.
The big thing is time.
This is terrifying. And it says some closure. Remember the story of the Manhattan bodega worker who was charged with murder and thrown in jail for defending himself from a dangerous customer?
It's weird.
Well, the same little DA who freed Hatchet Man within hours of the rampage sent the 61-year-old bodega clerk for blankness. They waited nearly 3 weeks before dropping the charges. This is the Democrats' version of law and order. In New York, you walk the streets at night, you can't defend yourself. You can't even do a Big Mac without standing behind an axe murder. Crime in the city is out of control. Getting we're getting overrun. No one's doing anything about it. No one's even talking.
That's the real reason why I'm here. Would you like me to fix it?
All right, Mr. Ellis.
Too?
oh yeah, but you don't mind.
Since we're being. Is that better?
The French lady was
Jack, I think it's your mic. I muted your mic and it's doing that. It's making a high pitched noise now.
in the Big Apple this week. I didn't bring it up. You bring it up if you're a reporter, because Americans care about this. Someone has. Can't imagine any of the former White House press secretary.
I'm muted.
Can you hear?
Can you hear it?
Give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Okay. There you go. We'll be with you in just a minute.
That's fine.
Keep your mouth shut until we get back. All right. Now we got the one and only Juston. That was emotional moment for me.
I'm sorry that I'm part of this.
Brother's got a hug, man. Brother's got a
Okay,
hug.
it was so emotional. I lost track of what I was doing.
You're all right. I get it. You got
It
to
doesn't
take on a lot of
take
people.
This could be the shortest distance you've ever.
When we first started.
All right, let's talk to Juston. He's here to talk us a little bit about the Balluzzo race and whatever else he wants to put out about things, and so we can pick his brain now.
Take my brain. I'm good with it.
Models to modified.
Late models to modified. It's a big event. It's an emotional event for a lot of people. It's a huge event that we're trying to grow even bigger year to year. listen, you know, we need to treat this race as it's,
See that comment? They can't hear anything but a loud buzzing,
uh-oh.
and they want to hear you too.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good thing. Can you hear it now? Hello, can you hear me?
Oh man, without Scott here, y'all.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Scott, I got your back. Thumbs up, buddy.
Sheesh.
Now, can you hear me, Scott? Scott, can you hear me? I guess not. Where did we go wrong here?
How's that? Scott, you're unmuted, so you can talk now. Okay, Scott.
Okay,
Stephanie said it's fine.
what's going on?
Good buzzing.
Oh, okay. All right, back to what you were discussing.
What are we gonna start at? We started at the very beginning again, or what?
Probably, because she said they can't hear anything, so that's what she said before, so I would just recap.
All right.
We're coming back for Friday practice. Oh,
Recap.
God, she said it's back. I wonder if it's the fan. I don't know what it could be that's causing a buzzing.
All right, well, go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. It'll be just a little buzz in your back now.
Okay. Well, again, Friday practice will be set up where we're trying to treat it as its own special event. It deserves every bit of gratitude and dignity because of who Shawn was for this racetrack. Shawn did a lot for this racetrack. It's a situation that you sit down, you show Shawn the respect that he deserves. He was a great competitor, never liked to lose about anything, and would argue with you nonstop if he thought he was right, or even if he thought he was wrong, he'd still argue with you because that's the good thing about him. But you know, one of the things that we sat down last year and wanted to create an event or show it a show. Create a situation where the Balluzzo Memorial becomes its own entity at Langley Speedway. We want teams to come around from other racetracks or all over the place. I think we had 33 or 34 cars last year, if I remember correctly. Which this year, right now, I have the entry list, and it's getting bigger and bigger week to week.
It's pulling a lot. A lot of people are really interested in being here.
And one of the situations that we're looking at is trying to figure out next year, how can we open it up even more? Even if it's just one special event or multiple events, that type of deal. But we're trying to figure out how to grow it where it becomes a larger event year to year. So therefore, that's the reason why we decided we were going to do an open practice on Friday. I spoke to a lot of the drivers, and the drivers were like, man, that's perfect. So we're actually treating it the same way that it is like the hip and heat. And that's the key point of it.
You know, I never would have thought in 2 years how big that it has become. I mean, I've even talked to some of the guys at other places, and I said, man, if I could make it down there, I'd come and run that Balluzzo race. And Shawn was always, you know, he was known everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
It's one of the things we've had teams reach out all the way from Florida to us to try to figure out how our rules can work with the Florida modified rules, because there's a lot of guys like Jeremy Gerstner, good friend of mine. He was on the tour when I was with NASCAR. Got to know him very well. He became very close with Shawn. He's trying to help, you know, he's talked to me in the past and talked to other people in the past about trying to figure out how to get the Florida trying to get through the season first. Let's worry about rules at the end of the season. With 2 races left, October 1st and October 8th, it's going to be, there's a lot of close points championships right now. Last week, we just saw probably the closest one we've seen. They were tied going into the last race, and unfortunate accidents and unfortunate mechanical issues, it fell out that way. So.
And I think it was David Ocean said that he's putting a pot out there for the go to the back, the rules to go to the back.
Yeah.
I think
The Balluzzo challenge.
I think
Yeah, Braden had said earlier it was up to like over $600 or something.
yeah. Now, I don't think I'd be able to do that.
You don't think so?
Well, remember last year it was over 1,000, so I'm sure
Yeah,
that
I'm not
will be
gonna do it.
working.
Still wouldn't do it.
Still would do it, because if I got a good qualifying spot, I'm not going to the back.
Well, procedures are changing this year for the Balluzzo Memorial. There's lots of things we're keeping in there. We'll have, it's a 100-lap race, of course. It's a 40-lap, at lap 48, there'll be that competition caution, halfway break at that point. I'm still in debate and working with a few of the operations guys here at the racetrack to try to figure out where we stop counting cautions to make it a non-counting caution race at. But you don't want to go, I would love to make it non-counting all the way through, but we might be here for 2 or 3 hours if that happens. We've seen some challenging times this year.
We've seen it.
How about the Bandos and all the stuff they had going on the last few weeks? Man, I'm gonna tell you.
It's a great day to be at Langley Speedway.
Ditto.
Looking forward to a great 2023 season.
All right.
No, it's that way with anything. This time of the year, you get down to points chasing. People are starting looking at points and understanding, hey, listen, I have a chance with this. And they try to push the envelope harder now than they would, 6 races ago. And that's just the hardest part about it, getting these young drivers or any of the drivers to understand, hey, listen, we cannot, let's wait another lap to see if it will open up compared to pushing the envelope right now.
I think David, I think he said that, if they, start, not counting cautions, be here all day, so if they are counting cautions.
I didn't know, procedures have not been released yet.
Oh!
They will be released tomorrow.
Okay, the procedures has not been released yet. Here I go again. Here I go again. I'm getting myself in trouble again.
What did they say?
He said, so why are we counting cautions?
Why? It gets down to the point where if we do not count cautions, we might be here a long time, and they might run out of fuel too. So, you never can tell. But the procedures will be released tomorrow. I think all of the modified teams will be, I think they will like the procedures of what we're going to set up. I really do. We try to hold that close to the chest, and talking with a lot of the drivers, getting their perspective of what happened last year compared to what they want to see happen this year. I think it's going to be a great event. I really do. We're trying to show honor to Shawn and have a great race of what we would see Shawn do. And that's the thing. That's the reason why the Balluzzo challenge, we've seen, how many times have we seen him drop to the rear of the field and come back to the field?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on a weekly basis. And that was probably some of the most amazing racing I've ever seen. He's been chosen battles where he needs to go through the field at. And sometimes that's hard for other drivers to drop to the rear and get back to. I guess that's one of the things I heard. I would love to drop to the rear, but we're counting cautions, and I don't think I have enough time to make it up.
Yeah. That'd be tough.
It would be, but at the same time, if the drivers would race and not wreck, it's a different animal as well. It is. It should be.
Right.
But it's not, and I get that, and I completely understand it. But, the drivers have to show respect to each other, and sometimes they want that trophy, because it's such, like I said, it's one of those things.
I feel like everyone races a little different on the Balluzzo night.
I do too.
Because, especially a modified driver, these guys have so much respect, and this, Balluzzo was their idol. So they want that trophy.
season stacking up for you. I see this fucking ride.
Ready for it to be over?
No,
I knew he won't go ahead and ask for that one.
I will answer it. It's been a good season. For 2022, there's been some challenges with officials. There's been challenges with drivers. There's been challenges with Hoosier tires. But in the end of the day, we've had a successful season here at Langley Speedway.
You think about it though, you talk about the tires and everything. There are tracks that are not racing.
Correct.
Because the tires, this track has not missed a race since we started that. So
One of the good things that, working closely with Curtis Hughes on a weekly basis, a lot of people don't see Curtis out here that much anymore, but working on a weekly basis, we have a phone call set up, we talk back and forth through text messages. Hey Curtis, what do you think? Hey, this is what I've got coming in next week, this is what I have coming 2 weeks from now. I put my order in, but they're telling me I can't have tires. Justin, what do you think? Curtis, what do you think? But we were able to manage the tires this year where we have not. There's been like U cars. I think one of the last shows I was here, U cars were fussing because they didn't have any tires. Yeah. But at the same time, we cannot control production with Hoosier has either.
that's right.
But right now, we've got tires coming in. We've had situations, and at the end of the year, we're where we need to be as far as what we should have in inventory compared to what we don't want to sit here over the year, until next season. So we're very fortunate. We're hoping that Hoosier, we don't know what their plan is for next year. We don't know what the status is, but hopefully next year that, we're back to where we don't have an issue with that.
I hope not. I think I'm about tired of the tires.
But it all depends on how the track manages it, and that's what we've done. We've done it very well.
Yeah, but then again, the tire rules, kind of good for competition somewhere. Everybody's on the same type of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though you hear a lot of mouth about it.
Yeah, there's always that from week to week where I don't think they have enough laps on the tires. But we need to do this. We need to do that. I think we should do that. I've handed out more applications this year than I've done in a long time. I've told people in the driver's meeting, we definitely need help here. I'd be more happy. We're looking. I'm encouraging people to come work with us. I think a lot of the people who talk to us right now really think I want to come work there. Well, come on. I think they would be great assets for the racetrack. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for assets.
It ain't like you don't need them. So
Yeah.
all the help you can get.
All the help we can get.
So I'm getting an influx of messages and the sound is getting worse. It's squealing and chirping and ear piercing. I can't hear anything.
All right. Well,
Want to do the show again next week?
no. Oh, you can come back. Yeah.
That's just.
Well, you just told him.
Anyway,
And I'll give you a heads up on everything. I'll let you know.
I put down and that's wrong. You're dead wrong right now. You saw how emotional things were too. So don't you ever say anything else. I saw what I saw. And don't forget now when you leave here tonight, you gotta go back to our rooms and pick up Christine.
That's funny.
Make sure she's gonna spend all your money down there or won you some money.
Let's hope for the second part of it.
Sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
I need a new pair of shoes.
All right, I tried that one, now let's see if this works. It's making Scott look good, and I don't like that.
I don't either, and I don't understand what the problem is. Or what buttons you push.
I mean, the only thing I did was hit the speakers. Anyway, good to have you here with us.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming up here. Anything else on the Balluzzo race we need to know about?
Prepare for a great event. I think it would be great that's our championship night that night as well for a lot of the sport divisions. October 1st. I think, that's the reason why the championship was basically decided this week. Just passed us this week. So therefore the modified drivers that are in the points championship, and we had, a lot of people understand we had 3 ties for positions last week. It wasn't just first and second. It was throughout the field. 6 drivers that were tied all the way through the field, and that's the reason why we had that nice personal conversation with all the drivers, all the modified drivers at the end of the night, or after the drivers meeting, said, guys, be respectful. There's a lot of people that are battling for points. Just be respectful to each other, and that's all you can ask. And it was a great event. It was 50 laps, but it wasn't mayhem, I guess you call it.
I like it. I like it.
Anyway, appreciate it.
Yes,
don't,
sir.
don't forget to stop and get Christine, because I'm sure she's got plenty of money to take you, take home with you. I didn't bring my cart, so you can carry all the money out with it.
Gotcha. Thanks for having us.
All right, man, thank you. All right, Skinnell. I don't know what the deal is. Turn the fan off and see if that works. I don't know what they're doing there. There's probably something they're doing in there too. Hello, Aiden. We'll be with you in a minute, Aiden.
There's pizza.
Pizza right there. Go ahead. Oh, you gonna pull a Scott Allen, huh? We'll pull a Scott Allen. Hey, Scott, can you hear us?
If you put your fist together, like butt your fist together, that's how your joint is. Mine was on top of one another and fused back together. Wow. Or that's what he said before he went in there. I don't think it was as bad as he thought. I don't know. Like I said, I'll know more when I go in there. But he said he was able to fix them. I'm still not gonna be happy with them. He didn't have to put the pins in them. And so I don't know if he's just thinking he can go in there, because he told me that that he can. There was two problems, and that which problem bothered me compared to goodness.
You're winning races, doing good, even with him. So tell us a little bit what all you've been up to.
We've been working at Orange County and Carteret and a bunch of places.
Now, did y'all go down to the forefront? Oh, I thought you did. So how'd you do with work?
Not too bad. The tires always were not very good and new tires.
Okay. So what was it like being from both your point of view? I know you've probably been there before, so I mean it's not something new for you, but it is after all these years of concession. What was it like to be back at Wilmore? It was nice. I like the track. And it looked like the people were there and trying to support it, but how well it will stay with it or not. That's the next one. But I thought it was cool to see it. I thought it was a big deal. And that's your first time ever being at Wilmore. How do you like it?
I love it. I'm so glad they're not repaving the track because it's way better now.
Okay. Yeah, it's not pretty fast right off the trail. I saw where he was doing pretty good. Hey, where did you get all this driving talent from? I know he did help you with it, so where did you get it from?
I just kept practicing over and over and got better.
Do you do a lot of the iRacing stuff?
I used to, but I don't know.
You don't anymore. Okay. So, how many wins we got so far? Oh, that's too late now. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, my back gets better, I'm gonna be right now, it's doing me a bit, so. Anyway. But, yeah, I mean, so you going to Florence, where else you going?
We're going to Carteret for the big race, Goodyear, Southern National.
You gonna run the big race this year this year? What, Hickory too? Have you been to Hickory, raced to Hickory before? Okay, so how did you like Hickory? I mean, you know, as a kid, 11-year-old kid, and being as successful as you're being now, think about it. You haven't raced there in Langley, but Hickory, with all the history they got there, Orange County, all the, you know, there's a lot of history on these tracks. We've been all from a second.
Yeah, I like Hickory. It's rough, but I like the track.
Well, I'm glad, I mean, nothing better to do something you like to do. So what's the plan? What do you want for the plan to be for next year?
Well, pretty much the same thing this year. This year, running on some races and traveling, just like we are doing now.
Now, do the older guys give you a food out there? I kind of thought they probably would. So what was it like to be around, did you get the chance to be around Dale and Arjun during your way down?
We were about to qualify. He walked by me, and then he stopped when he was past my car, and he turned around and came, and he was like, "You drive this car?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he looked at my pedal extenders.
He probably did like I did the first time. Where'd you drive her, man? You got a good deal there going with everything you got going. You've been racing some of the best places. You won races now. I mean, it's hard to see a 11-year-old. Are you 12 yet? You are 12 now? Okay, skip the 11 part. So you're 12 years old and racing at the level that you're racing. And that's unbelievable to me. I mean, Scott Allen's going on 60 something. And he can't win a race. So anyway, I can't wait till you can come here and race. I think it'd be fun to see you out here racing. I think it'll be a big deal to see him out here racing. We're going to be in Texas, and he knows how to get around. So, what all you got going on over there? Skinnell, I know you involved in a little bit of every dirt on thing around. Because I know you were here this past weekend. I didn't know that before. I saw you on TV last weekend. Yeah, my TV blinks like that when you come across the screen, but you know. So I've been messing with him all year. So are you going to Martinsville? Yeah, I'll be in Martinsville. You going to Martinsville?
Tomorrow night I'll have to go to Las Vegas, so we're going to test the legend car out there for the Nationals.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
He's a little busy, Jack.
sorry. I guess a little trip down to Martinsville ain't gonna have nothing on Vegas, huh?
He's been here just getting his homework done.
Huh?
He's been here getting his homework done.
Yeah,
Let's go to Vegas.
That's a good question. She brings up a good point. You have to keep your grades up for race. Who watches the race real good?
Well, mostly Mom.
Most of mom, that's what it usually is. You probably pull it over, you probably pull your dad, pull all of your dad's out.
Will Mom park you for a bad grade?
No.
Or you don't want to find out?
No, not really. She just told me to get your mad and just told me to study.
So how do you keep all that in perspective? You got to study. You're an 11-year-old race car driver, winning races. How do you keep all that in perspective? How do you deal with all that?
Sometimes I get like if I get to work ahead of time, I'm gonna do it. And sometimes like on the way back to races or the Sunday after, I'll complete it all.
He's got everything down pat. What he needs to do. He's done it in between practices.
I was going to say, there was just a post on Facebook. Lane Rhodes was at Dominion this past weekend, and in between practices, he's doing college-level classwork because he had to get it turned in, but he
on along. Never had that problem. So that's cool. Now, are you a big man at school? Are you a race car driver? Huh? They think it's dumb. How school you go to, man?
Don't answer that. Don't put that out there.
They think racing's dumb. Oh, for sure, you know, here you are, 12 years old.
They might change their tune.
I'm sure the little girls like that driving a race car and stuff. They don't like that either. Well, you know, girls are not.
All of them.
I know.
Everybody.
Girls are not too bright sometimes.
He's not wrong.
Well, I mean, okay. Nobody. None of your friends like to race and stuff. Come on, man. Really? What am I gonna do? Is it just because they're scared of Skinnell or something like that? They don't want to be around you because of him. You can tell the truth.
We won't tell him. It's fine. Anything you say here is completely private.
Don't know what I can tell you on that, people. You don't get involved with that. I'm planning on going, but it all depends on whether I can walk better than I'm doing right now. Then, I'm fine right here sitting like this. I'll start walking out there, I'll be in bad shape. So I'm not really sure. Wait to see what happens. They sent me some more medicine in, so I'm gonna start that tonight. So maybe that'll help relieve the pressure on my back. But I want to be at Martinsville. I'm about to die to get to Martinsville. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to come up there and do it now. I loved it last year. I enjoyed the late model race at Martinsville last year more than I enjoyed the cup races at Martinsville. I mean, I do the cup races at Martinsville, and I love racing. But I don't know what it was about that race up there last year. I mean, I've been to other races. I've been to other Martinsville late model races. But last year I was that blast. I mean, it was, hanging around with you and you weren't doing nothing. And, yeah.
I know, that's all we're doing with stuff.
So man, he don't do nothing at the show. Sure don't do nothing at the show. Wow. What's your dad do?
Does work in the office?
Does it work nothing? So he ain't keeping an eye on Skinnell, make sure he's doing the job.
I'll let him get out of school and do all the work and stuff.
So do you do that? I mean, do you really get out there and do a lot of work on this stuff?
Yeah, he helps out.
That's a good thing, because you get the knowledge of what the car is all about. It helps you out down the road.
I can't as much now that I'm in school, so like over the
During
summer.
the summer, yeah, he was up there. He did that.
Good. I'm glad to see you do that. You are now I had another guy on here. You probably met him, or may have not heard of him down at Wilkesboro, Hartley, Holly Hartley.
Oh, yeah, you raised lots of.
Yeah, I had him on the show. I mean, he's just your age, and he's winning modified races against, some of the biggest names in modified races. He won a race down there. So, did Dad want to give you up for a night? Well, I traded my son for you. Mine's 30 years old. He's done.
Let me ask you this, if you do that, can you afford the race?
Okay, never mind. You ain't coming home. You ain't coming to my house, yet. I done gone through that racing stage one time before. I like it this way a whole lot better. I'll put the pay for nothing. Somebody think of how many, all those years, well, the years I raced, all the money that floated through there into the race cars and all this other stuff.
Would you do it again?
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
But not at my age now. If I was back then, what I wouldn't have given to be an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, and have the ability to have a race car and be in a race car. Oh man, I'd have been, nobody would be able to do anything with me. But I ain't had that option. I didn't start racing until I was is old. I've got to give him that. Has it been, have you enjoyed having him as a driver and the two? I've enjoyed this year, but just see the highlights. I mean, just, he's having a good time with it and enjoying what he's doing. I think that's good. If you can, if you can enjoy it and he's enjoying it. Did he holler at you? You don't? Okay. Well, that's a different Skinnell. You got the whole new Skinnell over there. If he ain't hollered at you. I'm looking forward to going back to this year. I've enjoyed that trip. Yeah, I think you might. I think it might be a believe me. I was down there last year. I know what's going on there last year. I totally remember that was an experience. That wasn't fit for a while. It didn't stay long. I tell you, I didn't stay long. Then when I went up in the booth, I was sitting up in the booth. One of your guy was up there, and y'all crashed out. And he was still up there. And no, I'm not going back down there. I'm listen, when I get out of here, I'm going home. So, well, anyway, man, glad you're here, and thank you for coming. Let's do it again when you win 2 or 3 more races. Okay, Skinnell, bring you over here. You like hanging out with me sometimes. Hopefully we'll come back after I play race after we win the championship. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let me know how it goes. I'll probably keep up with it. I'll probably see it anyway. I'd love to. But I just, the whole other story. We'll talk about that later. But anyway. All right, man. Appreciate you being here with us tonight, man. Come back again real soon. I enjoy having you here. Even though you are 12 years old and winning races. I know Scott, he's 60-some years old. He can run a race. Yeah, I'm gonna try to look up on that. All right. Glad to have Tristan and Skinnell here tonight. Enjoy it, man. Love it. We'll have you back again. Good. Love me up tomorrow. Well, I know you know I will. If I get up there, I ain't saying I'm coming because right now my back is killing me. But if I get up there, I'm coming. If I get up there. Well, I don't know what we do. Can you hear it now? Hello. Still nothing? Well, I don't know what to do with it. Aiden,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
How bad is the sound?
pretty bad.
Oh, you didn't have to say it that way.
Sorry.
Anyway, hey man, how you been doing?
Good.
Good. I don't know how the sound is doing on everybody's end, so I may have to have you come back on again sometime, but we're gonna stay with you right now.
Okay.
All right. So how's everything going with your racing? I mean, I've been keeping up with you, man. You've been doing good.
Yeah, it's been good. We had a little bit of trouble last Friday, but it's been going good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to see it. And for a guy that's gone through as much as you have, it was really, really great to see you get out there and run good down in Charlotte. I thought that was cool to see you racing down in Charlotte.
Thank you.
So tell us about your experience racing down in Charlotte. I know that had to be a big deal to go there racing.
It was fun. It was wild but fun. There's a never-ending stream of competition over there.
Yeah, there was really strict time of competition. So
Yeah.
where are you going to be racing at? Where are you going to be racing at the rest of the year? I mean, weight closed, or if you're done with weight, where are you going now?
Depending on what tracks are running, I'm planning on trying out Caraway, but I'm mainly going to be going to All American.
Oh, okay.
No, yes, I will try my best to come to Langley.
Yeah, you need to come to Langley, man. Really, come on. You need to come to Langley.
Hey, I'll make you a deal. I'll come down to Langley when you come over to Wake.
Come over to Wake. I want to come to Wake. I really do want to come to Wake. I haven't been to Wake in years. So I would love to come down there. I might
I
see
would.
it this year too.
You never know.
I might see it this year too. Now look, you ain't letting that girl see it. Kimball beat up on you too much, are you?
No.
Okay. Now, if you come down to the end of the race, did you put a bumper to her?
I put my bumper under her, but not into her.
Okay. You're saying pretty good. So how you feeling, man? Is everything good?
Yeah. Everything's doing really great.
So you're recuperated and getting your strength back and racing good now, huh?
Yeah, definitely. If anything, some stuff happened on Friday and we're still doing a little bit of recovery from that. But other than that, we're fine.
Well, cool. That's good to hear. Well, I'm glad that you're doing well. I hope your mom and dad are doing well. And maybe we can get all y'all up here for a race up here in Langley. That'd be really great.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, who all helps you with your race car? I know you're part of the team or whatever. But go ahead.
Team DSM, yeah. A lot of different people help me every now and then. My parents definitely put forth the most of the money. But we get help every now and then from all the sponsors and all that.
Well, good. I'm glad to see it. And, it's really good. I see you went on vacation and everything and had a good time on vacation. So that was a lot of fun for you.
Yeah, every now and then you gotta take a little break from everything.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Well, Aiden, I'm gonna get you back on here again because I'm not sure how. I keep getting the sound is not doing well. So can I reschedule you again and get you back up here?
Yeah,
Okay. We got to figure out what the problem is with the sound. So,
yeah, I can agree with that.
all right. I'll talk to you again soon. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. All right. That's our show for tonight, and hopefully we'll get this sound situation taken care of. And I'll see you again next week.